I absolutely love the Kawasaki ZH2. It's perhaps one of the best motorcycles I have ever ridden. But the sacrifice I had to make to get this motorcycle, well, it's actually turning out to be a lot harder than I originally expected. Let's jump right in. This is funny. So where I'm at the moment, it says no horses on one post, no bikes on another one, and then again, no bikes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me.
Sorry, Ard. Jesus Christ, man. Like, who do these people think they are? Anyway, yeah, of course, guys and gals, the motorcycle I am referring to is my old CBR600RR. I really do miss that bike. I know it might sound a bit cliche and a bit weird, but I genuinely do miss that motorcycle. I don't know what it is, it just had such a charm to it. And just the fact that it would start every time on the button. Hey, wow. Slippy rear wheel there. Must have been from the mud. Yeah, it just started every single time, and every single time you got on her, she was a hell of a lot of fun. You would spend a lot of your time in that 13 to 15,000 RPM range. And yeah, it was an old bike. It was from 2003. I think the one that I had was registered in January of 2004. So yeah, 20-year-old bike pretty much. And I know that it had 8 previous owners, so a load of those owners probably ragged the hell out of it. But it loved it. It actually loved being in those higher RPMs. That's where it performed its best. So I know that a lot of people, they are a bit skeptical of buying a used sport bike like a 600cc, just in case the previous owners had, you know, redlined it a lot.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Oh, this ain't gonna end well. No, don't come off the bike.
Why has he got off?
But remember, that's what those bikes are designed for. They are designed to be in those higher RPMs a lot of the time. They're race bikes with headlamps, literally. So if they've been designed that way, then yeah, they should be okay. I mean, unless you're redlining it all the time, but being in the higher RPMs is okay. It's just when you redline it a lot. But even then, redlining isn't really that bad either. I mean, yeah, if you're constantly redlining it, then, you know, I mean, I redlined it a few times. It was absolutely fine. Yeah, I really miss the CBR600RR. I don't know what it is about it, but it just had a charm to it that I really fell in love with, and I would love to have it back. I mean, I wouldn't have it back. I wouldn't have the CBR600RR back, not the same one that I had, but maybe a later spec model or something like that, just so, yeah, I wasn't so cautious about it breaking down. But even though it had 30,000 miles on it, yeah, she was a plucky little thing, that's for sure. And there's just something about having a bike that can do 160, 170 miles an hour that's really lightweight and really easy to control. And yeah, they're absolutely slow as f*** in the first 10,000 RPM. But yeah, it's when you get into that sweet spot, so they really come alive. And that's the one thing that, I mean, before the 600RR, I've never ridden a 600 before, a 600 sport bike at least. And I didn't really know what to expect. A lot of people said, oh, there's no point in having a sport bike because all the fun, all the power is right at the top end of the range and you're hardly ever going to be there. Trust me, you will be there. You'll be fishing for it a lot of the time in one of those motorcycles, just to try and extract the maximum amount of fun from it. And I did. I really did. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And the issue that I have here is that someday the ZH2 is going to have to go. Someday in the next couple of years, the ZH2 will be leaving us, and I'm going to have the exact same feeling with the ZH2 without a doubt. But it's just interesting how I didn't have it with my first motorcycle, I didn't have it with my second or third, it was just with the CBR. I really miss that CBR. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, guys? I mean, definitely let me know in the comments if there are any motorcycles that you've had in the past that you really miss and you really wish you could have another go on. You see that a lot with the ZZR as well, the ZZR 1400, where people sell them, they regret selling them, and then go back to buy another one again. And that's kind of like the feeling I'm going through at the moment. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking to myself, is it worth, instead of going 600, to maybe look at a 1000 sport bike as my next purchase? I don't know, because it's not going to be quite as fun as the ZH2, I don't think. I don't know. The thing that the ZH2 is kind of lacking is it's a bit heavy. It's a bit of a heavy beast compared to other 1000s out there, because it's supercharged. It does carry a lot of weight, carry a lot of timber with it, which is a shame, because yeah, if it was a bit closer to the 200 kilogram mark, then I'd be like, well, there's kind of no point, is there, in trying a 1000cc sport bike when you got the ultimate super naked. But I don't know, I'm kind of thinking maybe it might be worth getting another 600, or failing that, a 1000cc sport bike. But what do you guys think? What would you guys do if you were missing a motorcycle? Would you buy another one of those, or would you buy something similar to it? Yeah, I don't know, it's a real tough one, and it's a feeling that I've been having more and more recently, especially as the cold weather is starting to come in. Autumn is coming swiftly to the UK, and the CBR600RR is what I used to ride during the winter. That was my winter bike. Whenever I had to winterize the ZZR, that's the bike I would ride, and it kind of reminds me of that. The thing is that last year, the last winter, this was the bike that I rode over winter. Again, because I want to look after the ZZR. I don't want it to get, you know, all that salt crud, rust and all that. I don't want it turning into a rust bucket, and that's the thing, unfortunately. It doesn't matter how good motorcycles are nowadays, how good the materials are, there's still a high chance that if you ride them throughout the winter and you don't clean them properly, that they're going to get rusty. That's the thing I don't want to happen to the ZZR, because I mean, at the end of my 4 years, because this ZH2 is on PHP, I'll be more than likely giving it back, unless these for whatever reason hold their value and it might be worth purchasing it outright and then selling it on again, which it might be. I don't know, it might be. I'll have a think about that closer to the time. But yeah, it's kind of dawned on me, guys, all this. It's kind of dawned on me. Because I mean, the next and as well, this is clouding my judgment a little bit, because the next bike I actually want to invest in for the channel is a junk bike. I've mentioned this in a few videos now over the last few weeks. Maybe around January, February time, I'm gonna start seriously looking for a junk bike. But the problem is that, as we discussed in one of our live shows recently, that trying to get a half decent motorcycle with an MOT that actually runs for less than £1,000 is very, very hard. There have been certain bikes that I've looked at, like a Suzuki Bandit. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at some old Ninjas as well, some 90s Ninjas. What are you doing? Are you dumping stuff? No. Yeah, some old 90s Ninjas I was looking at as well, but all the bikes that I'm looking at have to be from the 90s. I don't think there's I don't think I've got much of a choice there. I've seen a few Suzuki Bandits, but I don't want to get anything less than a 600, and again, I don't know if that is because I'm missing my old CBR, or if that is actually a good choice. I think the Suzuki Bandit will be a good choice because people beat them up. They, you know, they really beat up the Bandits, and as long as the engine still runs, I mean, they're carbureted as well. As long as the engine still runs and it runs nice and smooth, then I think I'll be happy. I don't really care so much for the way it looks, but I'll definitely definitely considering a motorcycle around about that kind of spec, I think. And I'm kind of hoping that it will scratch the itch as well. Yeah, it's going to be an old bike, it's not going to rev out as high as one of the sport bikes, and it's probably going to break down on me a lot, but well, I'm going to try and make it break down. That's going to be the whole point of that bike. I've got a load of video ideas in mind for what to do with a junk bike, so yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those experiments with everybody. But yeah, it's an interesting time at the moment, guys, I think, with the way how things are going, especially because you can't buy 600s anymore in the UK and Europe. They're out of here, they're gone. Yeah, not around. They are not around anymore, which is such a shame. Because I bet you I'm not the only one that's feeling like this about their old 600. There are loads of people that do fall in love with those bikes, and they're really, really a really popular class of motorcycle. What's going on here? Oh, go on then, go up there. Jesus, there's nothing stopping you. God, just for the sake of holding me up. So there's something that I've been thinking about recently as well, is a few of you have mentioned in the past about producing longer videos. Now, the YouTube algorithm works in really funny ways. The way how people interact with YouTube works in funny ways. I know that I every now and then appreciate watching longer videos, especially if it's on a topic that I'm really interested in. And the problem is that apparently it's difficult doing trying to get those kinds of videos to hit the algorithm. Hit the YouTube algorithm is fairly hard, and yeah, I don't know. It's happened about a year ago where I moved to shorter videos. But what I was thinking of doing is keeping the shorter format on YouTube, but then maybe having some kind of extended length videos or something like that on our Patreon, which is coming. It's one of those things that I'm kind of working on and off at the moment, but yeah, we're trying to build up a bit of a catalogue of content for everyone before we actually release it to the public. So I don't know, again, let me know what you guys think about anyone that wants longer content, if that's something that you guys would be up for. I mean, every now and then I will be releasing longer content videos anyway, videos that are less edited, because I think that one thing that I like to show off, and it's not to everyone's taste, I understand that, but show the ride. A lot of the time when people join you on a motovlog, they want to kind of be there on the ride with you. They want to experience it, and when you're cutting and editing a video to try and save time, it doesn't always have the same impact as if you just left it. But yeah, I don't know, these are just thoughts that I've been going through recently, creative thoughts, and yeah, whatever you guys think, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the content that we're making at the moment and what you would like to see more of. Would you like to see more of the Ninja 125, my wife's motorcycle? That hasn't featured on the channel for a little while. My wife is looking to do her own motovlogs, which is going to be absolutely wicked. I cannot wait for the wifey to start doing her own vlogs, because it's going to draw in a lot of women, and females make up less than 2% of our viewers, which is such a shame, man. Such a shame. I really want more female viewers, or a higher female percentage of viewers for sure, to catch on to our videos. And I think if the wifey decides to do her own motovlog, do her own little journey of how she's learning to ride and her experiences of riding as a female as well, I think are going to really help bring in a load of more viewers. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you guys are really looking forward to that as well, because it will happen sooner or later. Anyway, guys and girls, yeah, definitely let me know in the comments what you think about the video today. Yeah, has there ever been a motorcycle that you have missed, and have you ever bought it back again or bought another version of that same motorcycle, a newer model of that same motorcycle? Kind of tell me what your thought processes were and what you ended up doing. Did you leave it? Did you just kind of swallow it and, you know, push it down deep inside you as hard as you could?
What? What the f?
Or did you actually succumb to those feelings and, yeah, buy that bike back again? Now, I know that this is going to be different for different people, you know, people that have certain experiences or certain feelings about certain motorcycles, but like I said, the very first time it's happened to me is on that CBR600RR. I don't know what it was about it, but I really enjoyed that bike. I really did. It was a lot of fun. It looked really cool, and I really distinctly remember the sound that that bike makes. I absolutely loved the can on it. I loved the way it sounded. And again, because it sounded like a race bike, and I like that sound. I know it might sound really cliche and all that, but I really do miss the sound of a race bike. And yeah, even if I stuck a can on the ZH2, it's not going to have the same. So it's not going to be the same, is it? Let's be honest. It's not going to be revving anywhere near as high, and it's not going to have that same, like, Formula One kind of sound, the Formula One car sound. Yeah, that's the kind of way I'm feeling at the moment, guys. So let me know again what you think in the comments. Thank you ever so much for joining me on this little ride today on the ZH2. I absolutely love the ZH2, and I wouldn't give her up for anything. I wouldn't give it the ZZR for anything either. I just kind of wish I could have every bike I've ever owned. I wish I could still keep, you know, but that's just life, unfortunately. But anyway, guys and girls, yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. You may have noticed that we've got a new camera set up now. I've got a Hero 10 Black on my face here now, and my old Hero 9 Black is now on the wing mirror, and we've got the Insta360 down there on the wheel. I mean, that's the one thing I absolutely love about the ZH2 is with the clamp and the Insta360 selfie stick, you can kind of put, like, you can put it anywhere, because there's no fairing getting in the way. It's so awesome. That's the one thing I absolutely love about this motorcycle, is you can get some wicked shots with it, all because there's just places to mount the gear. But yeah, so hopefully this is going to help our video quality go up as well. I mean, the Hero 10 Black is a massive upgrade over the Hero 9 Black, a bigger upgrade than I actually initially thought. So yeah, hopefully it will translate through to YouTube and to you guys, fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm going to leave it again here. I'm waffling on a bit too much now, guys, so thank you again ever so much for watching. Leave a like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.